Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am super excited that you caught this video. I have a great video for you today, especially if you love thrifting. So I love thrifting all year long, but especially around Christmas time, I love looking for those one-of-a-kind Christmas treasures, things that people have just tossed into the thrift store, and I love giving them second life here in my home. If you're new to my channel, I really hope that you'll stick around for the rest of this video, and I hope you like it enough that you'll hit that subscribe button and follow along for more great content. If you love Christmas, especially, you're gonna wanna hit subscribe because I have a lot of great Christmas crafting planned, and this is just the beginning. So in today's video, I'm gonna take you along with me to the thrift stores, and I'm also gonna come back and share with you my haul and everything that I got at the thrift stores. And at the end, I'm gonna show you a couple little quick DIYs with those thrift store treasures. So let's jump right into today's video. And again, don't forget to like, share, and comment if you love this content. So first up, you guys, the first thrift store that I went to was the Mission thrift store. This was my first time ever going into this thrift store, and they had a ton of stuff. I love to look for Christmas entertaining pieces at the thrift store, and I got this beautiful, beautiful glass tray. It was $1.50. That is incredible, an incredible thrift store price. These are great for entertaining, great for serving, and they remind me of like a classic Christmas, like the Christmases that I used to know from a kid. My mom would put these Christmas platters out, and so would my grandparents, and it just takes me back. I especially love this design with the Christmas bells. I love a good Christmas bell. So great find there, $1.50 glass ceramic tray. I also came across these little houses. They're like little kind of shelf sitters, but they're actually a really great size, you guys. So these ones were $3 each. Some people might think that's a little pricey for a thrift find, but I think these are gonna make a great Christmas DIY. So I'm gonna show you at the end of this video what I'm gonna do with these, so stay tuned for that. So these in total were $6. And I'm gonna turn them into something Christmas. So that's another little PSA for you guys. When you're out at the thrift store, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for items that aren't necessarily Christmas, but that you can use for Christmas crafting. I also picked up this. So these are from Stamping Up. I've never used Stamping Up before, but I've seen it in action. We used to have a store, my mother and I, and there was a lady that sold these cards in our store, so I've seen them, but I couldn't pass these up. Now they were $5. Again, some people might think that's a little pricey, but I thought they would be great for Christmas crafting. I'm gonna open it up here so we can actually see them. Got them all taped up, so probably so no one could steal them and take them out. So yeah, they're rubber stamps that you can use with your crafting, and you're gonna see in another thrift store, I picked up a ton of stamps, a little spoiler alert there, but these are actually really cute. Little rubber stamps, and I really want to get into using stamps in my crafting, so I actually really like the Christmas tree. And I just thought these were handy to have. I'm rebuilding up my craft stash since our house fire. I lost years and years, over 11 years of craft supplies that I was building up. I don't know what these are. Maybe if somebody does Stamping Up, they can let me know. Are these just extra stickers or something? Let me know in the comments if you do Stamping Up, what these parts are. But yeah, $5, so a little pricey for a thrift store, some people might think, but these, I saw, this one doesn't have it in there, but I saw a couple of Stamping Up supplies in there, and one of these had a price tag on it of $20, so retail originally, so I think that was a good deal. Now these two, super excited for. I'm just gonna take the paper off. Again, not overtly Christmas, but bear with me. Got a special DIY plan for these, and again, that's at the end of the video where I share a couple Christmas crafts with you. So stay tuned for that. These were $1 each. These are old lamp shades from probably an old light fixture. They're glass. But gonna make something super cute with these, and $1 each. I think that's a pretty good price. Now this thing, just a super little cute little dish for $2. Obviously Obviously, I love anything with holly berries on it, given that my name is Holly and my birthday is in December, and that's why my name is Holly. So anything with holly berries, I pick up. And again, a little bit of nostalgia. This is very 90s Christmas. I'm going to put it out on my table at Christmas time, maybe put a few little candies in it or something, but just super cute. And these are the things that I look for at the thrift store. Little bits of Christmas nostalgia. We got to bring back that nostalgic 90s Christmas. And the last thing that I got at the Mission Thrift Store was this cute little bell. So this bell was $1.50. It's got all the angels on it, and it says "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" around it. Totally my style, totally cute. And again, more of that little kind of 90s nostalgia that I just love so much. I love the gold and the white, and for $1.50, I just love the Christmas bells. Okay, the next thrift store that I went to is another small little thrift store. I really love the small little local thrift stores. I feel like that's where you get the best deals. It's no secret that I'm not really a fan of Value Village. I feel like their prices have been way hiked up and just getting out of control. So at this little local thrift store, now I will say their Christmas stuff, the prices were a little higher than the other stuff, but I think they know people are coming in to buy Christmas, so they're capitalizing on that, which is fine, I guess, I suppose. But I got these beads. So these are Life at Home brand beads. So these are from Loblaw stores like Superstore, Great Canadian Superstore, stuff like that. I'll have to look these up, and maybe if I can find them, I'll find the price and flash it down here on the bottom. There were probably, maybe there's I can't take the tag off because it's gonna rip the tag. So even if there's a price underneath there, but anyways, these were $4 each. These little boxes of beads, and I think these are great for the Christmas tree. There's a lot of beads in here. So I got 3 of them. I bought all they had. Again, brand new, not even open, $4 each for those. Christmas beads for the tree. And then here's all these stamps I got. So they had a ton of stamps there. So these are all the stamps that I got, all in these little bundles, and they're all Christmas stamps. And each bundle was randomly priced. Most of them were $3 each. A few were maybe $2. Were they all? Oh no, this one was $4, but it has more stamps in it. This one was $2, okay? But let's open them up and let's see what kind of stamps we got, because I couldn't really see all of them in the store. Oh, this one is really nice. Peace on Earth. Really nice stamp there. I thought this one was cool too, just the open ornament to use for crafting. A nice poinsettia stamp. Again, like I mentioned, I've never really done a lot of stamping crafts, but I'm totally going to get into it this year, I think, using stamps in all my little crafts. Let's open up one more here. I don't want to bore you guys and go through all of them, but here's a really nice one. Although I prefer Merry Christmas versus Happy Holidays. May the holiday season bring you fulfillment that lasts throughout the coming year. This would be great if I want to make my own Christmas cards this year. Nice little house scene. Anyway, so yeah, I got all these stamps. And like I mentioned, we had a house fire. I'm going to say it again. So I'm replenishing my whole craft room here. And so I thought these stamps were a really good deal. There was one stamp in here, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But on the side of the stamp, it had the retail price tag of, oh, here it is. Oh no, that one says $4.99. But there was one that said the stamp, just one stamp in here. Here it is. This Peace on Earth stamp, it has a price sticker of $9.99 on it. And I got the whole bag for $4 or $3. I can't remember which one that was. But anyway, so I went a little bit cuckoo with the stamps, but $3 a bag I thought was a really good deal. You guys know crafting supplies are expensive. And that's my other little tidbit. If you're looking for crafting supplies, always go ahead and check your local thrift store first, because you never know what they're going to have, and you may get stuff at a really good deal. I also got these little bags of wire mesh stars. I'll open them up so you can see for $1. Let's see how many stars are in here. I just thought they were super cute. Cute little stars. Great for crafting. There's one. or even hanging on the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 little wire mesh stars. Really good find for $1. And then I also got this. I was super excited about this star because I saw a star like this at HomeSense the other day, and it was like, I think 25 bucks or something before tax. This looks vintage to me, like not vintage, but maybe from the 90s. Super nice, super elegant, and it's going to be the perfect tree topper for my tree. I love the nice Christmas stars, and I got this one for $4. So super excited about that find. And then, if you know me, you know I love music. I play the piano, I play the organ at my church. So when I saw these giant Christmas music note ornament thingies, whatever they are in this bag, for $6, $6 is a little, but like when I see something that really speaks to me, like is really my like thing that I love, and I love music, I have to get it. So I didn't even really look at the price, but I just love these giant gold music notes, and I know I'll be able to do something with them, maybe work them into a Christmas garland. My mom made me the most beautiful primitive choir boy, that's the word I'm looking for, Christmas garland 2 years ago or last year, like 2 years ago. Anyways, my mom does the most beautiful primitives, and every year she makes us something for our birthdays and for Christmas, and I love the primitives. She made me these choir boys Christmas garland, so maybe I can make another garland to go with it and use these music notes. I may change them up a bit because they are a little bit dinged up in spots. I may have to repaint them or maybe put some rub and buff on them. So stay tuned for that, but love it. How many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A great, perfect, nice, even number. 10 music notes. Love these. And then I also got these little glass nativity set for $4. So let's open it up and see. So here is the little baby Jesus. They're glass, so it's kind of hard to see, but I got the whole set. I made sure the whole set was in here before I bought it. So there's a wise man, another wise man, St. Joseph, Mary, and 3 wise men. So I thought that was super cute. Great little cute nativity set. What I also like is that they're open on the bottom. So I bet you I could put maybe some string lights in here and work it in a little nativity scene, a little barn or something maybe, and light it up, and maybe that'll look really cool. And then this one, again, a little bit more money than I wanted to spend, but I'm really feeling the nostalgic Christmas this year, you guys. But when you go out into HomeSense and Winners and all those stores, home decorating stores, I don't think $15 is too much to pay for this. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Do you think it was a rip for $15? But look at these cute, maybe I'll hold them over here. Look at these cute, adorable little ornaments. And again, I love music, and they're the carolers. There's some snowmen. I think maybe some angels. These are angels because they have halos. But the little carolers, oh, it's just so cute. So I can either use these on my tree, or I can make a DIY with them. They're still in the box, mint condition, vintage. Probably 90s vintage Christmas, but I'm really feeling a 90s vintage Christmas this year. I really want to try to recreate the Christmas from my childhood the best I can. So, and it was $15. So I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Would you have bought this, or would you have left it behind? And then I got this little tree. I just thought it was so cute. It's pretty tall too. I don't know, I can see how tall it is. It was $8, but it's got a solid base. It doesn't look dollar store, so I'm not quite sure. It's probably from HomeSense or something at one point. but I just thought it was a really nice tree for $8. All right, and then this was my huge score that I was so excited when I found it. This garland. It's beautiful. It's like real touch garland with the big massive pine cones in it. And the thrift store, they wanted $12 for this. And you might go, oh, well, it's a thrift store. That's a bit much. But like, it's a really nice garland. So I snapped it up right away. I was like, yeah, I will pay $12 for that garland. It is beautiful. Like the pine looks legit. It looks so nice. I'm going to lay it out and do a better picture for you guys. But beautiful, beautiful steal of a deal, I think. So I've set it up here so you guys can get a really good look at the Christmas garland. It is huge and fluffy and full, and it's real touch. I don't know where this garland was from. There was no tag or anything on it. But honestly, if you ever see stuff like this in the thrift store, grab it, because if I had to guess, I'm gonna say this garland probably retailed for anywhere from $80 to $90 brand new. It is the legit, real touch, real thing, and Christmas garlands, when they're real touch, are so expensive. Even the ones at HomeSense and Winners, those budget home decor stores, they're even getting really costly, you guys. So this, to me, was such a good find. When I saw it, I was elated. And $12 is a great price for something like this at a thrift store. And sometimes the mentality we get in a thrift store is that we think everything should be like $1 or $2. And if it's over $2 or $3 or $4, then we're like, no, too expensive. This is a thrift store. I do really think we need to get out of that mentality, because this is a great buy and a great find. And some people may pass by it and go $12. That's way too much for a thrift store. But honestly, I would buy this over and over again for $12. Steal of a deal. After that thrift store, I made my way over to another little local shop. And I didn't get too much at that shop, but I did get this. Now, this is not for Christmas. I thought this would be more for fall, but I couldn't pass it up. It's just a cute little pie ceramic, and I thought maybe I could put a candle in here. It was $2.50, so not a bad deal, but it'd be more for fall, I think. So I think I'll pack this away and save it next year for fall and just maybe make it into a little candle. I thought that would be so cute. And then I got these. I got two of these little wall sconce things for $3.50 each, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I am probably going to tone these down a bit. They have that fake brass look, so I'll probably use some rub and buff on these, but I like that they're already set for candles. So I'm gonna hang these up at Christmas time and maybe put my remote control battery operated candles in, or maybe my ones from my Temu video. That I thought were a fail, and then I had regrets about them, and then you guys came at me in the comments over them, and then I kind of agreed with you. So anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to go watch my Temu video. But anyways, these are gonna look so great at Christmas time. I'm gonna hang them up somewhere, and for $3.50 each, I thought that was a steal of a deal. I also grabbed this whole bag for 10 cents, okay? They're shower curtain rings maybe or something. I'm not sure. They have a little hook on them and they're rings. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet. I may use them for Christmas crafting, or I may just put them away for crafting in general, but just could not pass up a 10-cent bag full of wooden rings. You never know when you're gonna need that. This to me for 10 cents was a great deal. Then I got these. Well, it was one set. It's actually a toilet paper holder. It goes somehow like that. There we go. And you attach it on the wall, little toilet paper holder. I do not need a toilet paper holder, but however, I did need this piece. So, I'll give you a little sneak peek, and maybe you can think of what I'm gonna do with this. This was from one thrift store and this was from another, and I was on the hunt to find something for the top of this. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I came across this, and I didn't have these with me, and I thought, oh, I hope they fit. I hope they fit on top. And I'm just putting these on for the first time, and it's a perfect, perfect fit. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I paid $3 for this. You might think, well, that seems like a lot for an old toilet paper holder, but when it's a perfect fit, $3 is well worth it. All right, and that was all from that store, but I did forget one thing that I got at the first thrift store I went at, a roll of wrapping paper for $2. Thrift stores are loaded down with wrapping paper, you guys. They have tons of it. This one wasn't even opened, and it's a legit expensive brand. I've seen this one at like Winners and HomeSense before, so I grabbed this for $2. This year, I'm going to be making my own Christmas crackers for my family. I'm hosting Christmas this year, and I thought it would be fun to make our own personalized Christmas crackers. So stay tuned. There's going to be a video specifically just on that, how to make your own Christmas crackers, and I needed this wrapping paper for that. So that was a need, and it was $2 was a great price. I hope I have enough in here. If not, we're going to have to do some different, but we'll see when it comes to that. So anyways, now that I've shown you my haul, let's jump into some Christmas wrapping. To begin my first project, I'm going to take the toilet paper that I picked up at the thrift store, and I'm going to remove the ends. The rod I'm going to save for a later project. For this one, I'm just going to be using the ends that I got. I'm going to be taking some rub and buff to take this chrome finish and make it gold. To me, if it's Christmas, it has to be gold. And rub and buff works so much better than paint or spray paint. You just have to brush it on and it sticks to the chrome finish. It is so easy to use and it dries so fast. I love this stuff. Once they're dry, I'm going to come in and bring in my glass lampshades, and I'm going to attach these top pieces to it. I'm going to be using Gorilla Glue to attach it. Please just ignore the string that's hanging down there. I decided to go with a different method for attaching the bell on the inside, so that string is irrelevant. So I attached the Gorilla Glue, and then I also added a bit of hot glue just to hold these in place while the Gorilla Glue was setting. Once I had that part done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach my little rustic bell to the inside. Now this is just a little hack that I use. It's called my little tape needle. I don't know if that's the correct term for it or if other people do this, but it's a great tip if you need to get a big thick rope through a tiny hole. I just make a little needle on the end out of tape. So you take the Scotch tape and you wrap it really tight around the end on an angle, and you create this kind of like blunt needle shape that you can just poke through, and it holds the rope and gets it through without fraying. So I'm going to take it and put it up through the bottom of the lamp shade and then pull it out through the top. Super, super easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my rustic bell on the inside. So I have these little rustic bells here in my craft stash. I'm just going to tie it onto the end of the rope and pull it up through. To add a little decorative element to the top, I'm going to take these paper straws that I got at the dollar store, and I'm going to slide it onto the rope down to the end, and then I'm going to wrap the rope around the straw. This is going to thicken the rope a little bit, add some more structure here. Because these glass lampshades are really heavy, I want to make sure this rope is really secure. So this just adds a little bit of extra security, and as well gives me a nice little decorative finish to the rope where it meets the end of the bell. So you can see here, this is what it looks like. It's just so cute. I am going to take the other bell and I'm going to use the remaining rope from that one, attach them together, and do that same decorative finish around closer to the end. Again, just to add a little bit more strength and security. For a little bit of decorative embellishment, I'm going to take this pick that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take off 3 of them, and I'm going to add them to the top. Now, I probably should have done this first because I could have wrapped it in the rope, but instead I'm going to have to add them on top and then wrap another rope around. I wasn't overly annoyed by this because, again, I need a lot of security with this rope because these glass lampshades are so heavy, and I don't want them falling off this rope, and I don't want the rope fraying. So the more rope, the better here. So I glued it around, and this is what they look like finished. I cannot believe these turned out so great.
The lampshades were $1 each. The toilet paper holder was $3.50. So, and then adding in the cost of the little Dollar Tree pick and the rope, I'm going to say I put this DIY together for under $7. I was so excited when I saw these little house shelf sitters at the thrift store. I knew they could be something so much better and something so cool for Christmas. So I took my little crafting razor and I began to scrape away the fine glitter that was over top of these letters. Now, when I was doing this, I had one plan for these. And what I ended up doing, I probably didn't need to remove the glitter, but it's always a good idea to remove it just because it will interfere with any kind of adhesion. So I have these sheet music pages that I got. I actually got these from Temu. They're a really thick cardstock and they're really nice. And I like that they actually have a bit of a shine to them. I did have to trim the corners to get them to fit inside the houses. Originally, my thought process was that I was going to Mod Podge these to the back of the houses, but once I saw them in there, I thought they would look better kind of standing off a little bit. So I got this tape from Dollar Tree. It's like a 3D kind of foam tape. So I put it on the back, and this allows it to kind of stand off from the back of the housing. So you just put it on the back, and then you remove the paper, and then all you have to do is stick it down onto your project. I love this tape, and it's so cheap from Dollar Tree. So I put these little papers into the houses, and then I decided I wanted to give them just a little bit more, jazz them up a bit, I guess, for lack of a better word. So I took some tacky glue and I just lightly went over all the words. So the title at the top. And then I'm going to use this stuff. It's called Diamond Sugar Dust. It's a really fine glitter, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over top. I did get this at my craft store that I used to have with my mom, but I think it's also available at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to use a fan brush and I'm going to spread it out over top of the glue, and then I'm going to push it down out of the way. And I'm just starting from the top of the page and I'm working my way down. Because I don't want to cover the whole entire sheet music in this fine glitter, I just want it on the title and then the music notes. I'm going to leave the little words in between and just do the music notes, the title, and then a little bit at the bottom on the picture. So it's easier if you start from the top and work your way down, pushing the glitter out of the way as you go with the fan brush. The fan brush also helps to spread it over top of the glue, making sure you only get it exactly where you want it. I'm going to take this pick from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut off some of the branches, put a little bit hot glue along the edge here by the corner, and I'm going to just stick that in there and wait for the glue to dry. I also have these rusty little bells. These I got from Temu as well, and I'm going to put them onto a wire, 2 on a wire, and twist it, and then I'm going to put it up underneath of the greenery and just secure it in there with a little bit of hot glue. I like to wire the bells together before gluing them because I find they look more realistic this way if you just glue the wire and not the bell. This is the finished project. These turned out better than I ever imagined, and I just love how they look here on my piano, and they are just so beautiful. The glitter, the greenery, everything. Super happy with how these turned out, and at $3 a piece, this was such a cheap and easy project. last one here, super easy, you guys. These candle holders that I got at the thrift store for $3.50 each. I'm going to come in with the rub and buff again. Now I want to show you this because I'm putting it on here and you'll notice it is not going on. So if you ever get rub and buff and you run into this problem, do not despair. It has nothing to do with the rub and buff. It has more to do with what you're applying it on. So because it's so shiny, the rub and buff cannot stick. So when that happens, I like to give it a coat of spray paint, and I go with black. And the reason why I go with black is because I love the way the black looks underneath of the gold. Now you could always spray paint it with just a white primer, but again, I love the black because it gives it that really antique, ornate look that I just love. So now you'll notice here when I'm brushing on the rub and buff, it goes on so much nicer. It sticks so well. And like I mentioned, with that black undertone, it really looks antique, vintage, ornate. I just love it. So this was such a super easy project. All it was spray paint and rub and buff, and these were done. And I've displayed them here in my living room. I haven't quite got all my Christmas decor out yet because I was actually even thinking of maybe attaching some greenery to these. So stay tuned. If I do that, I will share these with you. I don't know that I'm going to keep them here. I have visions of them on either side of a nice big Christmas picture. So stay tuned for that and we'll see what I do with those. But in the meantime, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to find something at the thrift store and just give it a quick paint makeover.
So that's it, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you once again for all the love and engagement you guys give me here on my channel. It means the world to me. Let me know in the comments on this video if this is the type of video you like to see. If you love thrifting, let me know because I would love to make more of these type of videos for you guys. I'm really hoping to expand my channel in 2026. So this is just the beginning. Thank you once again for tuning in. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and we'll see you again real soon.